The crowd is assembled looking for a Bucs home victory here in Milwaukee, and we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. This game is part of the travel schedule for Minnesota. And, of course, Precious Achiuwa. And it's our first glimpse of him looking good in his new Timberwolves jersey.
Man, that trade is something that has just electrified this entire fan base, the players, the people working for the organization. They think it may be that piece of the puzzle necessary to finally get this team over the hump.
All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Now here's Duncan. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. 24 seconds. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. So it's Minnesota now. Doncic fires from way outside. Duncan grabs the rebound. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. No good from outside. Timberwolves passing it around. The three for Doncic. Some solid defense from Butler. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Duncan inside. And the turnover again by Milwaukee. Luka Doncic started off his 2024, Doris, with a historic scoring performance.
He sure did, Kevin. He was only the fourth player in league history to score over 72 points in a game. It was the shooting performance of a lifetime, and Luka just takes it all in stride. Incredible. Luka from way downtown.
No good from Simmons. Pass to Doncic. Back to Carter. The kick out to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Ben Simmons with the rebound.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Irving looking over the floor. Doncic with the steal. Pass to Carter. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now here's Jones. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good with the triple. Simmons with it. Okongwu covering. Back to Duncan. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Simmons. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, Ben Simmons, because of his size, inside, he is a dangerous force.
Brown outside. And Okongwu has it in the corner. Brown outside. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Carter for three. And Simmons with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Boy, what a pass by Jaylen Brown. Probably one of his most improved areas.
Outside Irving. Pulls up on the wing. Minnesota with the rebound.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Bucks trail by 4. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
Now here is Carter. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Simmons on the wing. Outside Irving. From the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And it's all knotted up.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. We're talking about Trae Young here, G.A. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Here's Powell. It's deflected.
And a guy who blocks few shots, KCP stepping up and gets all of that one.
And that one drops for him.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Here's Doncic. Second shot opportunity. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope. And it's Clingan with the jam.
You can't teach size, right? Clingan is already one of the bigger guys in this league, and you can see him adding another 10 or 15 pounds of muscle.
Carter inside the three-point line. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Young inside. And a missed layup.
Listen, he's a confident player, but if you're going for that kind of finish, you better finish it.
Pass to Zubac. And Young comes over to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Jump ball call. Now Carter. Stolen by Winslow. Young, right side. Butler in the corner. Over Doncic. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And it's Simons missing. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
2 on the clock. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Milwaukee leading by 6. Pass to Klingon. And Jabari Walker picks up the foul.
Walker.
That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Minnesota foul.
And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
It is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
The Bucks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Dinwiddie up top. Pass to Okongwu. 18 feet away and he knocks it down. Okongwu's now got his first points in this one.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Bucks.
Outside Gordon. In the corner, it's Harris. And stolen by Achua. Now, here's Okongwu. Duncan defending. And here is Brown. Here's the floater. Some solid defense from Harris. Bucks leading by 8. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Milwaukee shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And on the court, Simons is like a lightning bolt of energy. He hustles hard and just puts in the sweat to outwork the other team.
Here's Young. It's hauled in by Achua. Timberwolves trailed by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Wow, pretty pass from Powell. This guy has great instincts as a scorer. That time sets up his teammate.
Here's Young. Sweet little floater. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Brown inside the line. Gordon with the defensive effort. Three-pointer. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We come back right after this. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Outside Irving. It's on target from the high post. Irving's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bucks. Out to Doncic. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game. He's making it worse with shot selection like that.
On the wing, Irving. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And it's blocked by Brown.
Such a pesky defender. Jaylen Brown, right place, right time.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And they double up Doncic. Pass to Brown. On the wing, Doncic. Clock at 6. Looking to end his cold spell. Doncic converts inside.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Inside. Stolen by Jones. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the NBA again set records for attendance. Overall, arenas were filled to 98% of capacity. Commissioner Adam Silver says we're in a great position. You almost can't fit more people in our arenas. Kevin, he made it clear the area for growth is in media and especially in mobile viewing.
But you know this directly to the fan. I mean, my goodness, all the different ways you can consume the game, it's beautiful. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
The defense has to know they're going to get a steady diet of three-point shooting from Luka.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's ready to talk things through with the team. You know, Doris, every so often there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin. If I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
Here's Simmons. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Bucks lead by 10.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
The shot by Carter. Nobody around. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Boy, the extraordinary playmaking instincts of Luka Doncic on display right there.
On the wing, Irving. Stolen by Jones. Oh, here we go with O'Connor and nobody back. Doncic with the bucket.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 11 points. Caldwell Pope for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now. And here is Doncic. He's got 10. And Okongwu has it in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. He's got 5.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
1:09 left in the third.
Minnesota foul.
The Bucks shoot their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Second team.
And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for Milwaukee.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Timberwolves trailed by 6. Carter looking around. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And it's good, 2 points. And the Bucks lead by 8.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
And they double up Doncic. Here's Brown. Duncan with the block. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. The kick out to Irving. To the paint. Here's Simmons. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 10-point Bucks lead.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Timberwolves trailed by 10.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Here's Powell. On the wing, Walker. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Fell through three-quarters of play. Down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Bucks ahead.
The Timberwolves, 25.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. We'll see if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thanks, David. Back to Brown. And the three off target.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Here's Irving. Pass to Duncan. And stolen by Okongwu. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. And here's Doncic from the arc. Bucks leading by 10. Outside Irving. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Irving's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Milwaukee. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Luka Doncic has established himself as a perennial candidate for MVP. He controls the game with the basketball in his hands. He is an incredible driver, and he makes the game easy for the guys around him.
Back to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
This close to the rim, Ben Simmons just leaves no doubt.
Doncic outside. And Jones has it in the corner. And they're moving it up. For three, Caldwell Pope sinks the triple. And the Bucks lead by 15. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Out to Duncan. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Well, we know Ben Simmons loves to set his teammates up. They love playing with this guy.
Right wing. Carter outside. Pass to Doncic. Carter with the screen. There's the lob to Carter. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Carter outside. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Doncic from the arc. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Doncic has got 15 points here in the second half. Here's Simmons. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
It's good. Nice touch there from Okongwu. That's 7 points for Onyeka Okongwu. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Bucks. They led by as many as 18 points. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Milwaukee.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ben Simmons.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot's good from Irving. And the Bucks lead by 20.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Doncic from deep three-point land. Another miss by Minnesota.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And he knocks down the first one. And Simmons drops them both. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Carter with the three. Duncan grabs the rebound. It's tipped. Stolen by Carter. To halt the run, the Timberwolves again can't hit. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.